Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. So my pre-existing subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So today's video can be very short, very brief, but I was just asked my guy just moments ago, what exactly am I supposed to cover in today's video? They just told me the tower. So we'll talk about the tower in today's video. I don't really know what I'm looking at. I don't know if that's literal or is that metaphorical or is it talking about the breakdown or the bigger shakeups. I don't know exactly. We're going to find out in today's video. This video is just for entertainment, for educational purposes only as well. And this channel is being recorded on Thursday, October the 9th at 12:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is about going to be a 10-minute video, no longer. And if you want to help out the channel grow, you can do so by liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting the bell icon, engaging with the content, sharing this video with others. Really helps boost the algorithm here on this YouTube channel. And I want to extend my gratitude and appreciation to all you guys who have commented over the past couple of days about the situation between me and my dog. I just do want to give you the update because you guys took a lot of your time and love to be able to comment, and I want to make sure I share an update with you. Right now, she's on medication. She is getting a little bit better. We had noticed a little bit of a change. She's able to actually eat for once. She's not drooling a lot of blood. So that's a great sign. But we're waiting to see if she has cancer. We're going to find out tomorrow. Then we're going to have to end up making our decision. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for your love and support. And let's get on with it. Okay, Spirits and Angels, tell me, what do you mean when you talked about the tower? I don't know if this is talking about the United States. We're going to find out in a moment. And suggest some video topics in the description below because I'm going to do a whole bunch when I get home. Alright, so Spirits and Angels, tell me about the tower. You mentioned the tower. What's the tower about? I'm hearing funding. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So this is talking about the shutdown, the government shutdown, something with the funding here. We have here in the future tense, because this side is the future, this side is the past. We have here what's headed in the future. It's the Six of Pentacles. This is something being given in one way, but it's not in the right way. So how do I describe this in a way that you guys will understand it? Okay, so what I'm getting is that this scale of justice is supposed to be served equally for everybody. But instead, the justice or the scale of justice is inverted. Therefore, it means that it's only targeted to those who benefit, who are meant to get rewards. So, for example, the government rewards you if you're loyal to the president or you're loyal to the party. That is what the Six of Pentacles is showing. It's showing that in the future, what's coming is loyalty means reward. Loyalty means benefits. That's what's coming. That's what the Tower card is indicating here. What's in the past tense is taking away and stripping things from people. So this government shutdown is a little bit more egregious than initially have been thought about because this is the seven of swords. Right, did I count this right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the Seven of Swords, which is in the past tense, which means that in the past, rights and benefits and the ability to survive on your own without being 100% reliant on the government is being stripped. And why is it being stripped? Because the government is forcing people into a very particular situation. So, example, making sure that you go broke or you cannot afford things because you become self-reliant on the government, and therefore, because you become self-reliant, you now have to either give in and become a loyalist within the system itself, or you become the shadow, but you are banned from benefits and services of the government. So what he's doing is he essentially is, again, this video is just for entertainment, for educational purposes only as well, but based on the apparatus and the appearance here, it basically feels like they're using the form of government by using and causing chaos to force people in decision making. Otherwise, the decision that they make would not be made with the ability to have stability. So for example, just say you have stability in your life, you have health insurance, you have all these things, you have paid time off, you can go out and protest and take time off, or you can do all these different things, but by removing all those benefits, removing your access to healthcare, you now become 100% reliant on the government. Therefore, the government's idea and goal is to make you so reliant that you're more willing to give up your values in order to just survive. They want to put you in a survival state, and that's what I'm getting here. The top card as well is looking at your options, reviewing your options. So what is the Republicans' intentions here? The Republicans' intention, at least in the United States, the politicians, the lobbyists, corporate America, their goal is, how can we make them ours? How can we make them slaves into our system? Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but in 2023, slavery has been outlawed entirely in the United States. And you guys might be asking yourself, like, Chris, that makes no sense. Slavery was outlawed and abolished in the 1860s, but no, it was actually transferred from the public sector into the only prison system. It only just got outlawed in 2023, which means slavery was legal just 2 years ago. And how did they do it? They enslaved people of certain races. This is why you see a lot of black people in prison, not because they did anything wrong, but because they were wrongly targeted or quote-unquote racially profiled, is the proper term to be used in. And because of that, they actually forced the people to do free labor under the guise of being considered criminal or a prisoner. And so slavery was very much prevalent in the United States up until 2 years ago. And so the reason why this is coming in is that they're looking at a modern way of how to bring something like that back, but no longer targeting or racially profiling one specific group, but to target the entire group. Because if an entire group has the same experience, they can't see it as slavery because they see it as only slavery being part of associated with a race rather than a concept of abusing a collective of people. So they are trying to push the narrative that slavery can only happen when one specific group is being targeted and forced into free labor, whereas the collective cannot, and that's how they're going to sell it. What else do you say, Spirit? We have, as well as we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, we have a lack of plan. So this is idea. This is something that's going to be spit out into the public, but nothing that is within concrete evidence at this point. Which means this is in the early phases, and it's not yet determined in stone that this is going to happen, but it does feel like the intention, the energy is there. It's just not being acted upon at this time. We do also have here, as well as we have the 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands is looking outward, reassures history, looking whether or not it would be beneficial to whatever person is trying to institute or create this new form of labor policy. We have here, as well as we have the Moon card, which means hidden intentions. So the hidden intention is to create chaos and problems, to force people into perilous problems, to make them make decisions that otherwise they would not make if things were going well, but force them into survival mode to give up their own values in exchange for a sense of survival, a sense of peace, or a sense of calmness. But essentially, if you are always relying on somebody, you just became their bitch, is the word to use, right? And excuse me, and I apologize, but that's the proper word I'm getting. And here you have the Page of Swords reversed. And the Page of Swords reversed is reversed, and it's reversed for one particular reason. Because they don't want you to have a sense of independence, a sense of freedom. If you look at this man or woman, I really don't know what gender they are, and that doesn't really matter. The Page of Swords here is indicating to us, this is somebody who's independent, this is somebody who's rebellious, this is somebody who's strong, who can make the decisions on their own. What are they trying to strip away from the American people? And this doesn't even refer to the United States specifically. This refers to also around the world. So keep that in mind as well. So if you live in Australia, the United Kingdom, this is not just in the United States. This is globally. And what is the Page of Swords indicating? The Page of Swords is indicating they want to take away your freedom to choose. Your freedom to have a freedom of choice, a freedom of will. And this is also going to be indicated by digital ID, robots, AI, all these new technological advancements also going to possibly mean surveillance as well. So keep that in mind. There are some movements here. There is some thoughts or something in the world, in the collective energy right now, that is attempting to strip people away of their freedom of choice and to strip away and to remove that facade or the facade of freedom of choice and to make the decision for them without ever having the freedom to actually make a choice. So for example, if somebody says, oh, I have the freedom of choice, I can make the decision. If you really did, and you really had the freedom of choice, then just say, for example, I put out 3 different types of fruit. You're allergic to apples, you're allergic to banana, right? So this is how they're going to do it. We have an apple here, we have a banana here, and we have a blueberry. Right? You know you're allergic to apples, you know you're allergic to bananas, and you have a blueberry. So what's going to be your path? You're going to choose the blueberry because you're going to want to live, right? That's the path they're going to go on. They make it so that you have the illusion of choice, but they're forcing you into one direction because they're giving you impossible decisions, but make you one to seem the most likeliest of them all. To make you have multiple choice options, but making you feel forced into one option only. That's not choice. That's not freedom. That's an illusion of choice. You could choose the apple, but you'll die. You can choose the banana, you can die. But you can choose the blueberry, you can live. Does that seem like a freedom of choice? No. And that's exactly where we're heading. That's exactly the tower moment. But again, this is in the collective energy, and it's not yet stable just yet. The bottom of the deck here is we have the Knight of Cups. This is a proposal. This is the underground dark proposal. And this card accidentally cut open, and ooh, look at that. There's the Tower card. So this is not planned. It just happened to be that way. And the top of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. I do feel like male leaders around the world are doing this, especially if they're driven by money. So for example, any politician that's driven by money, whether they have a lot of wealth around them. So for example, Donald Trump has a corporation of his own, Trump Corporation, and any other entities or government that's surrounded by money, like the United States, like an oligarch, is going to be instituting this type of policy, or currently at the moment playing with the concept. So this is kind of like what I'm getting. This is the Tower card. I feel like my spirit guides are telling me. I allowed it to kind of develop as it went on, and this seems to be where we're heading. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. I love you, and remember, this is only a thought process. This is energy in the collective, not permanent. We don't know if it's happening yet. We don't know if it's there yet. That's what the cards are saying. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I love you, and have a great night.